Hi guys, I'm back with another podcast for Cape Town Met Day to be run this Saturday at Kenilworth Racecourse. The pick six pool is going to reach around 15 million. We might get even more than that. And I'm going to be covering from races 4 to race 10. So that'll cover the pick six legs as well as the race after the pick six. Starting off in race 4, a very competitive Pinnacle Stakes. The speed's going to be on with horses like Captain of Stealth, Snow Report, Carburetor Cruise, and Hurricane Harry that show a lot of pace early. I'm going to be leading towards Captain of Stealth. The highly thought of son of Captain Al, he won his first 2 starts and then was rested for over a year, and he's slowly taken his time to come to hand. But on his last run behind Pinkerton, he went a little bit too fast up front, and he was found wanting the last 200 meters. I believe if Greg Shane can just settle him and sit maybe a length or 2 off the pace and save his run for the last 300 meters, I think he'll take some beating at a good price, around 5-1, Captain of Stealth. But the race doesn't end there. There's plenty in with chances. Fabian trying the 1400 meter trip again. He's got to have a chance. Hoodoo Magic back to the 1400 meter trip. I think he'll do much better this time around. Snow Report, he should stay on for the placings. And a horse like Pinkerton, done nothing wrong. He's gone up in the ratings, but he is still competitive at this level. Others to consider, King of Gems, but I am playing quite wide in the pick 6 in race 4. Race 5 on the card. I'm just going to run through a couple of runners. I don't have an outright first selection, but let me start with the highly thought of High Hosanna, the trippy out of Biblical Susan. She's related to O Susanna. So for her to win over 1,000 meters first time out, she's obviously got some quality about her. But I don't take chances in 2-year-old juvenile races. I've been burnt before. And High Hosanna, even though she won a very good race in a juvenile plate against fillies, I believe that the race is more open than the betting suggests. I think horses like African Rain, he improved from first run to second run, and he won a very impressive race in his second start. He's got to have a chance. Barcelona quickened up smartly to win on debut. The Durban Raider, Sheldon, he showed blistering pace on debut. I think the third horse that day in that race was about 7 lengths back in third. He must have some sort of chance if there's no southeaster blowing. And then the fillies, Quintus Light, 2 very good runs, 1.5 lengths off African Rain, and she is better off at the weights. So Quintus Light's got a chance. And then the first timer, Amberix, the Vercingetorix, Vaughan Marshall, very good with his juveniles, and there is some support in the market for her. But High Hosanna, a narrow first choice, but I'm playing to beat her in the pick 6. I will be playing wide in race 5. Race 6 on the card, one of my best bets on the card, Rascallion. This horse is yet to go beyond 1600 meters. He stays on strongly over shorter. In his last start in the Guineas, he was hampered badly at the 300 meter mark, and that pretty much cost him the race. I think he would have just about won the Guineas. He finished ahead of Jet Dark on that occasion. Jet Dark came out to win the Queen's Plate, and I think Rascallion, we haven't seen the best of him. I think he's a super horse, and he will take some beating over 1800 meters. The only danger, I've looked for other dangers in the race, but the only danger I could find is Comedy Dung, number 1 on the card. He's unbeaten in 3 starts. He looks very special. He won from 1200 to 1600 meters with a great finishing burst. It'll be interesting to see if he has that same burst of speed over the 1800 meter trip, being out of a Captain Almere. But between those two, Rascallion, one of my best bets on the card. I think he'll take a power of beating. I've been dying for this horse to go the 1800 meter trip plus, and he finally goes that trip. I think he'll take some beating. Comedy Dung is a very good horse. We don't know how good he is. This is his main test, and we'll see after this race. For the placings, a horse like Legitimate, His last two starts over 1400 meters, he was staying on strongly. The 1800 meters is going to be right up his alley, and even though he's badly in at the weights, I think legitimate could be value for the minor placings. Race 7 on the card, the Cape Flying Championship. We've got plenty of top sprinters in this race. We've got Celtic Sea, Eric the Red, Querari, Russet Air, Kasamir, and the list goes on. My first choice is going to be a 33 to 1 shot. I think he's going to love the step back to 1,000 meters. He's a top sort on his day. His name is Tempting Fate, number 13 on the card. He's priced up 33 to 1 with Hollywood. I think 28 to 1 with World Sports Betting. And on his first 3 runs, he won beating Purple Cloud. Then he was stepped up into group level. He beat Pray for Rain. And then he won a grade 1, the gold medallion, beating Pray for Rain again. On collateral form, he finished 5 lengths ahead of Eric the Red in the gold medallion. Eric the Red is now second favorite. He's 33 to 1. His last few starts have been a bit disappointing, but he's tried the mile on 2 occasions. He didn't see out the mile. I was quite surprised after he took on Sent by Destiny on the 29th of August over a mile. He didn't see it out. He faded late over the final 200. They tried him another mile in the Guineas. He wasn't disgraced. He was up there with the pace at the 400, and he faded the final 300 meters. The step back to 1,000 is going to suit. He runs with pace. He's got a great turn of foot, and his dam Miss October was a 1,000 meter specialist trained by Jeff Woodruff. She won 5 races over 1,000 meters, and I think Tempting Fate is the value. He's drawn 1 at the weights with Eric the Red on this occasion, exact same terms, level weights, and I think Tempting Fate at a big price, 9 to 2 a place, 33 to 1 a win, could prove value and maybe make the pick sixes pay handsomely if he does arrive. But the race doesn't end there. It's wide open. The champion Celtic Sea, her only start over 1,000 meters, she did win. But on that occasion, Run Fox Run seemed to fade the final 100 meters, and a horse like Roll in the Hay was only a length and a half off. So I'm just concerned about the strength of that form line over 1,000 meters. But Celtic Sea is going to enjoy the pace on. She'll be running on. Others to consider, Kasamir, always there or thereabouts. He is, I think, better over 1,200 meters. I was impressed with Querari when he beat Kasamir over the 1,000 meter trip. He quickened up smartly to win going away, but Kasamir is about 4.5 kilos better off at the weights with Querari on that run. Russet Air is going to enjoy the pace on. Now Russet Air, with a big field, a lot of speed, he's going to be tucked in off the pace, a little bit off the bit, and he's going to come with a flying run late. So don't exclude Russet Air in any bets. Eric the Red, of the 3-year-olds, the best of them, besides Tempting Fate. Run Fox Run I would throw in as well. And obviously Celtic Sea I mentioned already, must go in. I think you need to load this leg of the pick 6. On to race 8 on the card. My next best bet, Captain's Ransom. This filly is super impressive. She won the Fillies Guineas, beating Princess CALLA by 2.25 lengths going away. She won with a bit in hand. I think she's progressed from that run. From a good draw, 55 kilos, I think Captain's Ransom will take a lot of beating. For second place, Clouds Unfold, she has a 10 draw to contend with, so she's going to have to tuck in off the pace and come with a late run. But by then, I think Captain's Ransom's going to be on a bicycle at the 300 meter mark, and Clouds Unfold's going to have to fetch her. So Clouds Unfold, top filly, won the race last year. A massive runner, Clouds Unfold. But for me, Captain's Ransom to beat Clouds Unfold. For third, Chat Ching, a very nice run in the Paddock Stakes and the Guineas. Does look the best of the rest. And anything for fourth. Race 9, the Cape Town Met. My first choice is Bulgarian, but a narrow first choice. I'll get to my second choice shortly. Bulgarian, in the Queen's Plate, was his second run after a long rest. He quickened up smartly. He stayed on all the way to the line. And I was actually impressed with his run, even though he was odds-on favourite that day. I think he will come on lengths from that run. And over the 2,000 metre trip, perfect for him. The only slight concern, the 11 draw, I'm not sure how far off he's going to be. But if he's in contention 5-6 lengths off them, he'll be mowing them down in the straight. And BELGARION, the horse to beat. But the horse that I've had a bet on, at 22-1 anti-post, is the 3-year-old filly Princess CALLA. If you remember a couple of years ago, Oh Susanna came into the Met as a 3-year-old filly. A lot of people said 3-year-old fillies so early on in their 3-year-old career, they got no chance. Well, I think they're very well weighted in the Met. They come into the race with 51.5 kilos. It's like carrying a postage stamp on their back. And I think Princess CALLA could repeat what Oh Susanna did a couple of years ago. If you remember, not many horses, not many 3-year-olds try or attempt the Met as 3-year-olds. I remember Horse Chestnut doing it for the first time in a while, and a year later Badger's Coast came to win it. He was no superstar, but because he was so well handicapped and so well weighted, he won. Oh Susanna's another one, and not many others down the years. So Princess CALLA, a massive runner from a 1 draw. I think she's going to tuck in. She's going to enjoy the pace being on. She'll tuck in a couple of lengths off them, and she's got a great turn of foot. And in the Paddock Stakes, she stayed on from 7 lengths back at the 400 to get beat 2 lengths by Queen Supreme. And I believe wherever Queen Supreme runs, Princess CALLA will be ahead of her. For third place, Golden Ducat. I think Golden Ducat's matured. Last season, he won the Champions Cup, only receiving 1 kilo from Rainbow Bridge, and do it again. I believe that he was badly in that day, being a young 4-year-old. And I think he's come on from that run. And his 2 runs back were encouraging runs. And I think Golden Ducat is the best of the rest. From a good draw, Warren Kennedy, I think he'll be right there at the finish. And then Rainbow Bridge, you can never ignore him. He's always right there at the finish in the big ones. And from a good draw, he's ever consistent. 3rd run back after a break. I think Rainbow Bridge will be right there at the finish. But for me, BELGARION and Princess CALLA to fight out the Met for 2021. Race 10 on the card, the Stayers race, the Western Cape Stayers Carriers. My first choice is Chrome Yellow, the ever consistent Chrome Yellow. He was unlucky not to win the staying features last season, being touched off on 2 occasions, then running 4th half length off SnapScan. But this season, he seems to have turned that around and won his last 2 starts in style. Off a slow run race last time, he still quickened up from the back of the field to win it. And I think there's a bit of speed in the race, which is going to help his chances this time. I do believe that he's got Silver Host to beat. But Silver Host on his last run, he's gone up a couple of kilos, which is going to make it harder for him. And Silver Host, a clear second choice. But if we do collect the pick 6s, I think we can have a little bet on Chrome Yellow in the 10th race at around 9-2. Cape Town Met pick 6. The pool's going to reach 15 million. My pick 6 on Queen's Plate Day was 108 Rand that returned 5,000 Rand. This time it's not going to be a small perm, it's going to be a big perm of 3,920 Rand. You can take 10% for 392 Rand or 5% for 196 Rand. And I think it could pay handsomely if we get a couple of results along the way. Pick 6, first leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. By 1 and 2. By 1, 2, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13. By 1 and 10. By 1, 3, 7 and 11. Total amount is 3,920 Rand. Best bets on the card. Race 6, Rascallion, 2-1. Race 8, Captain's Ransom, 13-10. Value bets on the card. Race 4, Captain of Stealth, 5-1. Race 10, Chrome Yellow, 9-2. Outsider of the day. Race 7, Tempting Fate, 33-1 a win and 9-2 a place, first 4 places. And then the Met between BELGARION and Princess CALLA for 3rd, Golden Ducat And for fourth, Rainbow Bridge.